Hey everybody, it's Reverend Dr. Heber Brown III. I'm here at the Shiloh Baptist Church in Edgemere, and we have just completed another dynamic service as a part of our Inside Out series. All summer long, we've been focusing on different emotions that we face and that we experience. We've been celebrating the different parts of ourselves, and today we had to recognize and acknowledge the reality of anxiety. That's why you see so much orange up here, because anxiety was our emotion of the day. And we had a quite profound experience together. I brought a few of my church family and friends to come up and give some reflection on one thing they got out of the service as a whole, or one thing they got out of the sermon itself. I'm going to start to my right, to my far right. And each person is going to introduce themselves, say their name, and the one thing they got out of the service or the sermon. Sarah?
I'm Sarah, and what I got out today's message was how God holds the future. And so just focus on the present, because I've realized, because I struggle with anxiety myself, that if you focus sometimes on that one bad thought in your head, you can almost will that thing to happen. But when I focus on what God has brought me through and the success that I've had, and even the mistakes that I've made, how I was the better for it, how later on in life God has helped me, it causes me to realize that even though I don't hold the future, God has the future and God's got me.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Next.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Kaya, and this is actually the one Sunday I was mostly looking forward to because I myself have had episodes of anxiety. I'm still a few years into my apartment. I'm maintaining a full-time job, and I'm just recently going back to school after a decade of a hiatus, and ever since then I've been having episodes of anxiety. So I would have thoughts in my head spiraling, going, can I do this, can I do that, or this will happen and that will happen, and it will just be just a mess in my head. So the one thing I've taken away is that almost any of those outcomes that I see in my head, they almost never happen, or most times never happen. So that was one of my takeaways. And like Sarah said, whatever you think, that will manifest. So I say, look to what's now and look to the positive.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jaylen. And similarly, I have also experienced anxiety, especially over these past 2 years. I've entered a new stage in my life. I have a freshman year of college. Moved into my dorm, and I had a single dorm, so I didn't have any roommates. And I noticed anxiety hit me the most when I was alone. I didn't have any friends there, no roommate. I was away from home, family wasn't there, and that was just when it hit me the most. And after hearing the sermon today, the part that I took away the most was that I'm really not alone. Even when I feel like there aren't people physically in my proximity, I know that God is always with me.
Wow, awesome. Let's give a hand to our brother. Wonderful.
Hi, my name is Anita, and the one thing that I received from the service is redirecting your mind. And it brings me to Psalms 94, 19. When, be clear, when your mind is full with anxiety, his consolation will give you peace, joy. And from that, it is so true. So that's what I got out of today.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes. It's great.
Hello, my name is Davon. And one thing that I've got out of the sermon was acknowledgement. Because once you acknowledge that you have anxiety, it can help you to better understand the things that are happening in your life, visions that God gives you, and that you can actually talk to people that can help you get through whatever you're going through with anxiety.
Awesome. Let's clap our brother. Wonderful. And because you may be watching, and like us, maybe you have felt or facing anxiety too, we wanted to share just real quick. They don't even know I'm going to do this. This is just off the cuff, real quick, improv. We want to give some tips as to what you can do when you are feeling anxiety. Any quick tips we can offer up? Quick tips. We are experts here. You got one? Quick tip.
The one tip I have is take time to try to talk to a therapist or just talk to someone close to you. I've learned that just keeping it in, it does not help. If anything, it just makes it feel a lot worse. I've learned that, and I've actually had a therapist. I talk to her every few weeks. It doesn't even have to be about any problems. It can be just talking, and you'll find that relief, that weight off your shoulders. So that's one of my tips.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Anybody else, you have one? Yeah. Yep. And then we come to you, Sarah.
Prayer.
Prayer. Absolutely.
Yes, prayer.
Yes.
It's the number one.
I do agree with Miss Anita that prayer is a key to better understanding, and that also you can have meditation to yourself and talk to God, because that also helps you being able to understand what's happening.
Look at that. Meditation, prayer, therapist. Sarah, you got one?
Yes, sometimes when we perform in acting, there's a countdown, and like you can just shake out your nerves. You do like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it helps to just jiggle out the nerves that you have in your system. And I do this sometimes before I even take a test. Sometimes it gets my mind right and just focused on the task at hand.
I got one more.
5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just keep counting down.
Just kidding. Okay, you got one more?
And one more I just thought of. I've actually done this before. If you're like working on something and that's when those like anxiety thoughts come in your head, take a step back, take a breath, take some time off of it, because it's better to start with a fresh mind, and it's not good to start with when the anxiety gets to you. That's another tip.
Awesome. Great tips.
I 100% agree with you, Kaya. In a world where everybody has deadlines, places to be, got classes to attend, we often miss out on chances to just slow down and take our rest. Even God rested on the seventh day. And a lot of the times we don't take that rest to reset ourselves mentally. So just every once in a while, whenever you can find a chance, just slow down, take a deep breath.
Even God rested. That's a bar right there, y'all. That's a bar. Everybody offered up. And I imagine that there are people watching this. You might have some tips too. Can you add it in the comment section so we all can deepen and broaden our arsenal of support when it comes to managing and harnessing anxiety that shows up in our lives from time to time? And while all of us can experience anxiety in different ways, with these tips and with support, we can make it through. Thank you so much for watching today's reflection on our Inside Out series, sermon, and service on anxiety. And may God continue to bless and to keep you as we all grow through the various facets of who God made us to be. God bless. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.